What's up? What's up? Welcome in to Auburn Addicts-TV. Welcome to another episode of Have You Heard, aka Auburn News Today. I am DC Wolf. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. I got my man, Nick Frazier from the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, he is him, and he is in the house today. Y'all come on in, sit back, relax. Let's get started. Nick, how you feel today, man? Talk to me, Nick. How you feel, man?
No, I feel good, man. Feel good. Can't complain.
Good?
Can't complain, man.
What's up, man?
Feel good.
Feeling good. You feeling good? All right.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we're going to jump right into it, man, because I want to hear Nick's take on the Missouri game, man. Me and Marcus the Mayor talked about it in the after game yesterday, Tiger event. And I want to hear what you got to say about this game, man. So we're going to get right into it. But first, we're just going to give a little recruiting update. It ain't much to update, but hopefully the Sharks are probably lurking, Nick. The Sharks probably lurking, Nick. We got to keep this class together. You know what I'm saying? We still at number 3 in the recruiting rankings. I listened to one of the recruiting guys over at Auburn, K. Watt. He did an interview with Dukes the Scoop. Shout outs to Dukes the Scoop.
Shout out to Dukes.
5-star flex. And my man was saying the recruits are bought in based on the future, man. But he did promise, he said, man, they're going to look different, which they didn't. So I don't know what the message is going to be going forward in recruiting. I hope they can keep this class together, man. We need this class. Guys, if you're in the 25, 26 recruiting class, stick with it, man. We need you, man. We need you. Deuce Knight, I know you watching. We need you, baby. Deuce Knight, we need you to hold this class together, man. Why you looking like that, Nick? Deuce, we need you to hold this class together, baby. Come on, y'all stick with us, man. It's going to be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? The doctor's in. We offering hope. We offering, I'm not going to, Nick, you know I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, give you a false hope. You know what I'm saying, man? The future is bright for Auburn, and we can just stick with this, stick together, man. All right, Nick, let's talk about this Missouri game, man. I didn't get your take yesterday. Me and Marcus came on. We gave our takes, man. Talked to the fans, talked to the Auburn Addicts after the game. We kind of sat around the barn and just kind of kicked what happened in the game yesterday, man. So, Nick, talk to me about it, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really get a chance to watch the game for real, except for like the fourth quarter, the last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter. So I didn't really get a chance to see the game. I did watch some of the highlights and I looked at some of the stats. Based on the stats, Auburn should have won this game, man. Based on what I was looking at, I was just saying, I'm just like,
okay, talk to me. That's good.
I don't know, man. It just seems as if, I don't know. Like if I'm correct, Auburn had the lead 17-3 going into the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. And basically, you got a field goal. You got a touchdown. Nice pass down. I think it was a pass to Cam Coleman for the touchdown.
Okay.
And then you got a special teams touchdown. It was a muff punt by Luther Burden. And it was recovered in the end zone by, I believe, Kite, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I'm gonna say this, man. I don't know anymore. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I don't know anymore. Because I literally said that this would probably be the cleanest game that Auburn played coming out of the bye week. You had an extra week to prepare, had an extra week to figure out what you was going to do, how you were going to attack, how you wanted to move forward with your team to try to become bowl eligible, and to come out and only put up, 17 points, and for the offense to seem as if it looked stifled still.
Okay.
So I don't know anymore, man. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm at the point now to where I'm just like, I just have to see what happens this week. Okay. I honestly have no thought process on what to expect from Auburn going forward now. I don't know. I don't.
You should though. I'm gonna tell you, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes because we're gonna do some SEC confessions on these picks we mispicked this week. Okay. Hold on. Let me catch up the comments. What's up, Asia? Asia, put your Twitter in there, man. Asia be dropping the knowledge for us. She be dropping what happens on the post-game interviews. She's bringing the knowledge to us, man. Drop your Twitter handle in there, Asia, man, so these people can jump on and follow you on Twitter, man, and get this all from Auburn information. She dropped a lot of information for us, man.
Yeah, man.
Asia said new music intro goes crazy. That's what's up. We dropped a little West Coast this week, man. I said we was gonna drop some country. We're gonna drop some country next week. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Next week, Nick.
Okay.
Drop some country on them next week, man. Bubba says facts. I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Bubba, we got it. You know what the question is, Bubba. You still haven't answered it. You still haven't answered it, but
I remember that from yesterday. I was looking at it yesterday while I was chilling.
Nick said it. I didn't say it, but what is it, Nick?
Was it Bubbalicious? And then what y'all said? Y'all said something about Bubbalicious.
Bubba, is the name Bubbalicious okay if we call it Bubbalicious? We just want to. I was just asking, Bob. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just call you something and you know what I'm saying? Let me know if that's okay, Bob. And my man Marcus said, my man the mayor said Bubbalish for short. Okay.
Bubbalish. Wow.
Asia said the new AP poll is very, very interesting, man. Just give us
yes,
some
it
insight,
is.
Asia. Talk to us
yes,
about
it
it.
Is.
New message, please, yes. And and Hugh's saxophone, please, on everybody's just please. And drop another bag, allegedly. Right, Bubba says allegedly. Bubba says, but he needs to work this hypothetical second phone. Hey, man, he need to work every phone he got. What was the man say? Kevin Gates, he got 2 phones?
2 phones,
He need to have
man.
4 phones, man.
Some.
He need to, like, put us on and, like, have a call center, man, but we just
Agree.
calling around the clock. Hey, babe, you still there? You still with us? Okay, just checking. You know what I'm saying? 3 o'clock in the morning, you still there? Every hour on the hour. You still with us? He needs to be shaking hands and kissing babies for real, man.
Agree.
I think that's going to be the most interesting task of the season, keeping this class together. You know what I'm saying? And we see the impact of the people he's bringing in. And I'm not talking about the portal players, man, because sometimes the portal players, and no offense to portal players, but sometimes portal players are necessity players, and not necessarily I'm picking these players, but more so sometimes they're last resort because, man, I need to fill this space. And I didn't fill it in high school for whatever reason. I may have missed on my top recruits in the portal. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to settle sometimes. So we don't know those guys. I'm not saying any of them on our team, but sometimes in the portal you do miss and then have to take your third choice. That happens in recruiting also. So let's see. Alabama has dropped to 15. Yes.
Yep.
Oregon is number 1. Georgia back to number 2. Yeah, they should be.
Yeah.
Georgia should be. Yeah, because they had a close loss to Alabama. And then go ahead. Vandy is ranked. Vandy is finally ranked in
25th in the country.
Vandy 25th. That's what's up. Agree on the portal point. We missed a lot, which we be blamed Freeze on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
that's what I'm talking about.
If you look at the high school players so far, and we'll get to that because I want just to kind of look forward in the future, man. And I don't want to do too much doom and gloom. Everybody feeling heavy enough on this stuff, man. So I want to talk about some future stars and what we see as future stars, man. And look, I don't want to just give you no false hope, but at least talk about what we've seen that is true. All right, Nick, let's talk about this.
Yep.
Let's go to the SEC confessional. We need to confess our SEC sins today.
Okay.
On teams in the SEC that you picked that were wrong. I'll start out, Nick. I said Auburn was going to lose. So I was right on that. What I was wrong on, Nick, I picked Alabama to win and beat Tennessee. I want everybody to forgive me for picking Alabama. Lord, why did I pick Alabama? Man, I told Tyke this at Tyke Sports. We do a show on Thursday at 6 together. I have recency bias for Alabama, and I call it post-Nick Saban SEC syndrome.
Yep.
And I look at Alabama like Nick Saban is going to run out the tunnel, and I look at Alabama as if they're going to respond. You know what I'm saying? As a Nick Saban coach team. And, dude, Alabama is not it. They are not that. Nick Saban gone, everything Nick Saban, I ain't gonna say everything because of some of the players still there, but Alabama's not Alabama, bro. So with that said, man, I have to put it on the table, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Alabama. I was wrong. What you got, Nick?
I don't have anything, to be honest with you. I mean, no, the only thing I can think of is I basically said I thought Texas would beat Georgia. Georgia came out.
Nick, that's something big.
Well, not really. I mean, I thought I mean
anything, but I picked Texas.
I don't. I mean, because I mean it's I mean, yeah, Georgia beat Texas. It was a great game. It was a good game. Georgia came out and their defense was a lot better in this game than what I thought they would be. Mm-hmm. Defense played really well. Okay. Carson Beck tried to give the game away. He tried to. He threw 2 interceptions to where Texas could have. Texas defense, I mean, that first half they was doing what they were supposed to do, but the offense wasn't capitalizing with what the defense was giving them. 2 interceptions in the first half, and then a third one in the second half. My thing is this, man. It seemed as if Texas was trying to mount a comeback in the second half. Maybe there was some situational instances in that game to where, you know, if you kick the field goal, when you had 8 points, you make that 11 and then come back and score. Now it's a 18. Now it's a 23-18 game. If they go and they come back and score at that time, maybe it looks different. Things of that nature. But man, no. I still think Texas is one of the best teams in the country. In my personal opinion, yeah, I still think Texas is one of the best teams in the country. I think they just had I think they had a real. I think part of what I feel about that game is I feel like Quinn Ewers, and I said it in the middle of the game last night. I said Quinn Ewers still look hurt. I was like, if he hurt, why is he playing? Because after the performance he gave last week against Oklahoma, I was like, all right, he just got to get his feet back under him, you know, because he's been out for a month. You know, he missed 2 games, he missed the bye week and stuff like that. But he still looked the same, and he still was kind of favoring when he was throwing the ball. I was like, man, that man still hurt. That man still hurt, man. Like, why are you in the game if you hurt? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I still think Texas is one of the best teams in the country. I think Texas is gonna win out. And I think it will more than likely end up being Texas and Georgia in the SEC championship game. Because I think LSU has a couple of losses coming down the pipe. And I think these losses. I don't see anything else on Georgia's schedule to where they will lose. I think there'll be some games where there'll be some scares, but I think Georgia ends up winning. I think Texas ends up winning the rest of their schedule. I don't think Texas A&M will beat Texas. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. So we'll see what happens, man. I think they play in Atlanta in December.
We'll see what happens. Like I said, before I said I don't think Texas has been tested. This is their first test. They failed it. I think they're gonna fail again, because it's like,
to who though? That's my question. But what to who?
I'm just saying, just for anybody. I don't think it's a shoe-in for anybody this year. We may have a multiple loss SEC champion this year, maybe, and we'll see. But it's man, the week grind. You know what I'm saying? Of this SEC, man. And like I said, Texas, this is their first test and they failed it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so we'll see going down the road. It doesn't get easier, just like with Alabama, man. You lost at Tennessee. You were supposed to lose the South Carolina game. Now you got Missouri coming in. They're gonna play. Missouri has a better offense than Tennessee, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about defense, but you're gonna have to contend with better receivers on the outside and a better quarterback, in my opinion. So and then you're gonna have to go to Death Valley. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's just the SEC grind, man. Like I was.
Do you think Brady Cook is better than Nico?
Yes, right now, as far as a pure passer, yes, absolutely, no question. Now a runner, no, not a runner, but as far as
that's an interesting take. That's an interesting take.
If right now, if I had a choice at Auburn to have Brady Cook or Nico, I'll take Brady. I wouldn't even blink my eye. Yeah, I wouldn't even think twice about it. I'll take Brady Cook. To me, he's more of an accomplished quarterback. He's been in the pocket longer. Now, does Nico have a bigger upside and higher ceiling? Yes. If we were just taking a quarterback for the future, I would take Nico. But I'm saying like right now, if I had to play a game today, I'll take Brady Cook. That's just me. Let's see. Slade says at the top of it all, Harsin is still subtweeting Auburn. Yeah, man. He is, man. He's obsessed.
He was done wrong, man. He was done wrong.
Oh, man. The portal was definitely a huge misstep on Hugh Freeze's part. Yes. And not everybody, because you got several players out of portal who are contributing. But yeah, a lot of these portal players aren't like just panning out, man. Especially the ones last year with the receiving core we brought in last year. You was right on. Beck is greater than Ewers? Really?
Yeah, nah, he said that last week. I still don't agree with that.
Beck is better than Quinn Ewers?
Yeah, I still don't agree with that. I mean, Quinn Ewers was hurt, and I still think he had I'm not gonna say he had a better game because his team didn't win, but I look at what Georgia did, and I'm not gonna sit here and say Carson Beck was the reason why Georgia's offense was scoring, because I don't think he threw a touchdown in that game.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I agree. I agree with that. I think if you swap quarterbacks and put Ewers on Georgia team, they undefeated. That's just me. Because Beck threw how many picks in the Alabama game? He threw like 3 picks. 3 or 4 picks in the Alabama game. At least 3, right?
Yeah.
And then he threw 2.
3. He threw 3 yesterday. So
Good
yeah,
Lord.
I mean,
my thing is, if you put Ewers on Georgia team, I think Georgia's undefeated. That's just me. But that's Bubba. We respect all opinions. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah. I mean, I can see where he comes from with it, but when I look at the offense, like when I evaluate certain offenses and defensive teams, I look at it and I'm like, he wasn't the reason why Georgia's offense scored like they did. I mean, I think ETN had 3 touchdowns last night or something like that. And I'm just like, that wasn't because of Carson Beck. And then based on where they were starting, I can't remember what the average starting field position was, but they was like almost like on the plus side of the ball every time they started. So I mean, it is what it is, but I guess.
Yeah, okay. And number 11, number 13 played for Georgia, and that was too much for the O-line. Right, that's what I'm saying. If you put number 11 and 13, put them on Texas, man, Georgia probably lose that game. It's like Georgia just defense was better.
Yeah, that game. This game.
That defense
them
guys, those guys were a menace, man. Nico's a year away. Brady is slightly better. But it's not by much. Both are middle of the road SEC guys. Yeah, that's why I just said right now. You know what I'm saying? I would take Brady. Every time Nico dropped back, I got stressed. Not even a Tennessee fan. Yeah, you didn't know if he was gonna throw a pick or whatever. All right, let's get to this, Dick. Yeah. Tell me some guys that, man, get my hopes up, man. I'm not saying like lie to me, because I can't stand people, to do that.
That's funny.
Don't lie to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
Keep me grounded in this football stuff, man. Keep me grounded, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be that way. And I watched the game soberly. So like with this weekend, I thought Auburn was gonna lose because of the composition of the team, and it's coaches down to the water boy. I can imagine, and I'm not saying this happened, but just how Auburn is operating, the water boy, I could just envision the water boy probably like just tripping and spilling the water over the players and not getting it to it. You know what I'm saying? Just a myriad of just errors, man. So,
oh man,
from the top down, man, starting with Hugh Freeze, man, I didn't expect Auburn to win. So,
okay,
I wasn't shocked. You see what I'm saying? But I can admit and say Auburn does have bright spots. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to totally just dunk on the day. Auburn has bright spots, man, and a lot of things to look forward to in the future. So give me some players you see, and I give you some players I see, man.
Yeah, man. Let's start on the offensive side of the ball, man. Of course, Cam Coleman, man. You know how I feel about Cam Coleman, man. He get it all together on the collegiate level, he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem. Malcolm Simmons.
Okay.
When Malcolm Simmons, when he gets it all together, he's gonna be a problem.
Yes, sir.
Because you can kind of tell they're kind of shaping the offense best to what they do. Things and stuff of that nature. Excuse me. Defensively, Jay Crawford, Caleb Harris, those guys. DeMarcus Riddick. Marcus Riddick has come in. He's played a very Pacific role in spying the quarterback and using his speed and athleticism to get to the quarterback. That's going to be really big in the future. And then, of course, man, I mentioned a couple of weeks. I mentioned like a week or two ago about us having a dominant, inside presence. And if Malik Blockton can stay consistent, I think he can be that guy. I think he can be the next dominant guy, the next dominant defensive lineman that Auburn has. I believe so. So that'll be interesting to watch, man. And it also you gotta see what was it Gage Keys? You gotta see what he does as well too. Is he committed? He's not on the roster right now, right?
Yeah, Gage Keys is on the roster as far as
wait, who am I talking about? No, you're right. It is Gage Keys. I'm tripping. Yeah, it is Gage Keys.
He's just not playing.
Yeah, he's not playing,
but
yeah, I can't wait to see what he does, man. That'll be another big body that we can put on the line as well too. So it'd be nice to see.
Yeah, now I'll say I got everybody you had. With the addition, I would say Jeremiah Cobb, Sylvester Smith.
Okay.
And I think you said Keldrick Faulk. You said Malik Blockton.
I said Malik Blockton.
Yeah, of course, Keldrick Faulk, of course. Malik Blockton, and I'll say Amaris Williams, man.
Yeah, Amaris Williams is a man. That's a man child.
I couldn't even get it out. He's like a grown man, man. Like
it's a man child, bro.
He looks like an NFL player now.
He does.
Now, man. That's
what I'm saying. Yes, he does, man.
Good Lord, man.
Which one of those guys is the biggest surprise to you? I would probably have to say, that's right. I was wondering why I said Gage Keys. Man, I was like, man, Gage Keys is a senior. I knew that for a fact. I don't even know why I said that.
I thought Gage Keys had 2 to play.
Nah, I knew that man was a senior, man. I knew.
You sure? Is he a super senior though? I think he might have 2 to play too, man.
Keys. I was like, that's what I said. I was like, well, I didn't mean to say Gage Keys, but I was like, yeah, that is what I meant to say. Anyway, but which one of these guys has been the biggest surprise to you? I would have to go Jay Crawford. I was not expecting Jay Crawford to be that guy. The guy that actually consistently is on that side of the ball playing.
I have to get with you. I concur. Okay. And I'm gonna be honest with you, with all the Cam Coleman talk, if you look back, if you can rewind this thing back to spring, you wouldn't have thought Simmons would be, and I know I'm finna start a hornet's nest, would be more effective. You know what I'm saying?
I mentioned Simmons. I said Simmons.
Yeah, you did say Simmons, but I'm just saying as far as like the overall, you did say Simmons. I agree with you. But you see what I'm saying? With the hype Cam Coleman had and the big catch he had in spring practice, I didn't think Simmons would be that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's like in games, he's getting more touches than Cam, man. You know what I'm saying? In some games. Yeah, he definitely did. Yeah, definitely did Saturday. So my man says Malcolm Simmons, Cam Coleman, I forgot about Braden Joyner, Bubba. That's right. Braden Joyner, Keldrick Faulk, of course, Malik Blockton, DeMarcus Riddick is a man. A heat-sinking missile. Jay Crawford, Kinsley, Faustin. Yeah, I forgot about him. Caleb Harris. See, we have a lot of young talent, man. He says, of course, Gage Keys is a senior, bruh. Ed Darby says Jay Crawford.
I think that's the biggest one everybody think. Somebody Gage might have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought they say he had 2 to play too. So he could be back next year. I thought Jay would need some time. Me too, man. He's a pleasant surprise. I wasn't anticipating Malcolm making an impact this early. That's what. Saying the same thing, man. All right, Nick. Let's talk Kentucky, man. Let's talk Kentucky, Nick. Let's talk Kentucky. Come on, Nick. Come on, man. Come on, Nick. All right. What are you concerned about with Kentucky, man? Talk to me.
Kentucky's defense is really good, but if you watched the game last night against Florida, you would think that they're not. I believe Florida put up 48 against them last night.
Yes.
Man, listen. I don't know if I'm worried more about Kentucky or if I'm more worried about Auburn executing and not giving themselves an actual chance to win the game.
My guy.
That's what I'm worried about, because I look at it as like Auburn Bubba made a point in the earlier year, and I was saying it was scheme, and I was saying it was a scheme problem, and to a degree, I still feel that way, but but he made a point like I can agree with you, but we put up 400 plus some yards in a game, and things that people running wide open. But I was making a point of if they running wide open, why isn't the quarterback seeing them? All right, and things stuff like that. I look at it now. I'm looking at these games that we played against Arkansas, Oklahoma, Georgia, and then this one the one that I didn't really get a chance to watch the full game for real, but I didn't see any interceptions thrown. So I'm gonna say it was a pretty decent game plan.
But he had a
turn. He fumbled the ball.
He fumbled the ball. Yes.
Okay. All right. So
he was missing wide open receivers throwing the ball in the ground. But go ahead. I'm not going to do that. Go ahead.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. It seems as if it's like you're doing less to. It seems as if the offense is constrained a little bit to me. And of course it's because of the quarterback position. We all know that. Yes. But it seems as if the offense is constrained, and what Freeze wants to do, he can't do because he doesn't have the guy he doesn't have the guy he thought he had at quarterback that can do it. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a break there, but I'm not, because you had a chance to go out and get a quarterback, but it is what it is. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I just feel as if Auburn's offense does enough to keep them in the game. But there isn't that big play in the game to push it over the edge to where you can be like, Auburn can win the game. It's so safe. It's so conservative. You know what I'm saying? So if you plan a conservative game plan, you're going to do enough to stay in the game if the other offense is doing the exact same thing. But the problem is, if that other offense gets 1, 2, 3 big plays in the game, get a big play per quarter, that sets them up to get in scoring position. Now, what are you going to do on the side of the ball to be able to do it? And Auburn can't do that right now.
Yeah,
they can't do that right now.
That's great.
So my thing is, I don't know if it's more of I'm worried about Kentucky, or if it's more of I'm worried about if Auburn can generate enough plays in order to be competitive and not just keep up, and to win the game. So I think that's my concern of the game, because I think the defense does enough to keep you in the game for 3.5 quarters, but the offense has to create a big play per quarter, in my opinion, which is 4 plays. You need to create a big play per quarter in order to get your team in scoring position, whether it's a field goal or touchdown or something like that, to where we are in the position to where one of the possessions that we normally get that we don't score on, we get points on. That is the reason why Auburn wins the game.
Gotcha. Okay, so you answered it all, because that was gonna be my next question. What are the winning keys for the game? So, man, I agree with you, man. It does look constrained. It does look like Hugh Freeze is, try and see it, and we know it's constrained because everybody is saying, okay, if our quarterback can't make the right decisions, just take those decisions away. So it's obviously constrained from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? When you take those things away. So my concerns is Kentucky defense. That's the matchup right there. Kentucky defense, Auburn offense. So I just echo everything you said, man. With that one, I agree. Kentucky's defense is my concern. Keys to winning, give Jarquez Hunter the ball. Keep giving him the ball, man. Dude jumping over people, you know what I'm saying, turning back flips on the field, you know what I'm saying, serving water. He doing it all, man. Let him coach too. You know what I'm saying? So Jarquez Hunter continue giving him the ball. Now, as far as he had to play at Georgia, right? He was like, man, we just need to run the ball. He got that part right.
Let him call plays. Let him coach.
Yeah, let Jarquez call a few plays, man. They're probably gonna be running plays to him, but
yeah,
that's
exactly.
What we need.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need that. So, with that said, man, I'm like, right here, I'm just gonna say it, man. And I said it. I wore my shirt Saturday. Free the baby goat, man. You know,
I'm good on that.
Free the baby goat. You know what I'm saying? At least let him get some reps, man. At least let him or Walker White get some reps. At this point,
Walker White, yes.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying for the future. I'm saying all the future players, man, let these guys start getting reps. You know what I'm saying? I named Hank Brown, but I'm just saying if it's Hank, if it's Walker, whoever it is, you know what I'm saying? If it's anybody on the Joseph Phillips, you know what I'm saying? It's getting to this time, man. Get these guys, man, ready for next year.
And who's to say?
I'm not saying taking over. I'm not saying that. Because you still can be bowl eligible. I'm not saying
that. Like what if these guys get in here and start playing?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying let them get, a little playing time, man. Start easing them in so when they get to that point they have their 4 games left for redshirting, you could just let them go. You know what I'm saying? And they can play meaningful snaps. But let them get some snaps. Let Walker White get some snaps, man. That's just me.
Agree.
We're going to catch up, Nick, and we're going to do predictions, and we're going to roll. Let me catch up. Here we go. Bubba said I wasn't participating. Malcolm to make that. That's what we left off at. Ed Darby, Cam needs a QB to get him touches. Simmons plays the slot and can get the ball in multiple ways. Yes, absolutely, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Ed says I lost.
Lost to Kentucky. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to get to the predictions right quick. He was like, I'm not concerned about Kentucky. I'm worried about Auburn. It's not Kentucky.
Not Kentucky.
We all agree on that. We all agree on that. We all land on the same place. Awesome stuff, man. We're going to find some other brilliant, miraculous way to lose. Oh, and Auburn IT said the video is lacking, but the audio is fine. And that's not normal. So just bear with us. It's not normal. We tried some new streaming technique, and maybe it's not working. So we'll be back to normal next week. Point of optimism. Point of optimism. We haven't played on offense this bad since Cal, but can we capitalize on red zone opportunities? I don't know. And so, yeah, back to the offensive stuff. It's like you got to think about it. We missed a touchdown and a field goal that went right through the receiver's hands. Lord God, the kicker missed the field goal again. So you left right there. You left 10 points on the board. You're fumbling the kill drives. So it's just like it's not necessarily the scheme. And like, dude just can't coach, man. We got to get players too. Our coaches that can coach players to execute, because it might not be the players. It might just be.
But this is the thing, though. This is my point on that point that you just made.
Mm-hmm.
Is if you are a coach, right? If you're a great coach, if you are supposedly an above average coach, you have to be able to get the most out of your players as well.
Sure.
So it's not always about talent. You have to be able to coach what you have. Sure. Because because a lot of coaches didn't start off with 5-star talent on their roster. They coach what they have. They proved that they could do that with that. And then the other 5-star guys was like, well, I have the talent. I know I'm more talented than that guy. I'm better than him. If you put me in, if you put me there with what he's doing, what he can teach me, we can win, and he can potentially set me up to where I can be a high draft pick in the NFL, which means that if he does that, now other guys are looking at it like, okay, he's continually winning. They continually in the conversation, and he's continually putting guys in position to be high draft picks in the NFL.
Okay. I agree with that. I agree. And we talked about that, like scheme being a thing. Not necessarily the scheme is bad. I think the scheme is good. I think what Hugh Freeze wants to do, I don't think it's outdated. I think it's good because it's proven to be able to be productive. But on the other hand, Nick, I agree 100% what you're saying. Sometimes in situational football, if your players haven't developed like a Perry Thompson, if he's athletic and can, if he's has great ability, then okay. If he doesn't, and I'm not saying Perry can or doesn't understand the offense, I don't know. I'm just using him as an example. If he's not picking up the full offense and operating like you would like him to operate, then do things just to get the ball in his hands, even if it's like 5 touches a game like you did Simmons, end arounds, you know what I'm saying, jet sweeps, you know, throwing some zero routes, some bubble screens, you know, some things like that just to get your athletes on the field that can perform. Get them in a position and put plays where they perform best instead of just trying to run your scheme. So I totally agree with you on that, man. Bubba says the game plan against Mizzou was the worst I've seen this year. Facts, Nick, it is so watered down. It's stunting our ability to move the ball right. But it's like that starts with your trigger, man. You got to think about it. Everybody was howling about if Peyton Thorne can't do this and do that, take the ability out of his hands. But this is what you can't do both. When you just stifle the quarterback position and then expect to run the full offense, you can't do both. So it's like you are handcuffing yourself when you're saying, okay, let's take all the decision making out from the quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Or so maybe the offense, or maybe if any quarterback is put in this offense, I don't know. Maybe any quarterback that's put in this offense, maybe it's a lot that goes on the quarterback. Maybe it's a lot of decision making that the quarterback has to make in just one play. Because apparently there's so many things you can do off of one play that the quarterback has to see in order to be like, okay. I mean, and yes, we can compare it to, you know, Bo Wallace back in 2014. But if you think about it, back in 2014, this offense was almost like the new thing on the block. You had defenses that were bigger. Linebackers weren't running side to sideline like they are now. They were really more big, 6'4", 6'5", 250, 270 pound guys playing linebacker. I mean, 70 might be big, but I mean like 240, 250 playing linebacker. They couldn't run sideline to sideline like they are now. Now you have a lot of more guys that on the defense side of the ball that are just more athletic and just, you know, I mean, like not saying those guys weren't athletic then, but and things of that nature, but maybe it's just the fact of, I mean, it's not the newness has worn off and people know how to defend it better now. Maybe that's just what it is.
I would agree with you if he didn't have success at Liberty and put Malik Willis in the NFL.
Yeah, but that's Liberty.
You see what I'm saying? Huh?
Yeah, that's Liberty.
He was knocking off D1 schools and big schools. He beat Arkansas with Liberty. You see what I'm saying? So, you see what I'm saying? I would agree with you, but it's like points that counter that, and you'd be like, okay, well, what is wrong?
But you can look at that Arkansas team that year and be like, that Arkansas team was not good. That Arkansas Tuskegee could have beat the Arkansas team.
Didn't the Arkansas team beat Auburn that year?
What was that? 2020?
Yeah, I think the Arkansas team might have.
No, what year was that? No, what year? I will tell you. What year was that? What year was that?
Man, I don't know. That was 3 years ago.
So 2021?
Yeah, that was under Harsin. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, Harsin beat Auburn in 2021.
Arkansas?
Yeah, 2022.
The Arkansas won when they came to yeah, they did. And I remember they lost to Arkansas because we was like Hugh Freeze beating with Liberty and we can't even beat them. I remember that.
That was 2022.
Yeah. Well, whatever year they beat them, I remember. What I'm saying is Auburn couldn't beat them in the same year, and he took Liberty and beat them. You all right, bro?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I just started.
I just started. Ambulance?
Yeah, just a little bit, maybe.
Here we go. With that.
I just started.
Nick,
I just started back running.
Okay.
No, I just started back running every day, and my quads are hurting like I don't know what. So that's what it is.
Well, we're gonna get these picks and get out of here, man. So you know you can get in the ice bath, man.
I wish I had one.
They are definitely more conservative because of the QB issue. We're calling plays like Peyton Thorne as a freshman. Yes, refusing to attack between the hashes. Yes, it's a reason. That's sad, and I agree. It's like I always say, can Auburn score more than 21? It's that simple. Yes, I agree. Bubba, you are absolutely correct. DC, contain yourself with what I'm about to say. Does everything Nick just said indicate Hank Brown should get the nod? This one.
No.
I'm gonna let it ride, Bubba. Free the baby goat, baby. Free the baby goat.
No.
Hey, y'all look out, man. I'm t-shirts coming soon, man. Free the baby goat t-shirts. I had on one Saturday, man. They coming soon, man. Yeah, you were right. See how she just said DC would not contain himself. Yes, DC is a Hank Brown guy, and until Hank Brown proves me otherwise, man, I guarantee you Jaquez wouldn't call back-to-back dropbacks in the red. Bro, Oh my God, speak on that, bro. It's like we run the ball and do all this running to get in the red zone and then throw straight passes. Like, bro, what was that? That situation of football. That was such a confusing series. It was, man. It was, man. I was baffled. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you look at the play and the play calling, you would be like, it's a good play and a good play call, because when he did the drop back, he threw it and hit Lewis right in the hands. If he would have called it, no one would have said it was a bad play.
Yeah, nobody would have said it was a bad play.
Right.
Yeah.
It went straight through Buddy's hand. It was a perfect throw by Thorne.
It was a drop ball.
It was just a drop ball. It wasn't a bad play. But again, in that series, dude, should you even be calling the play? Run the ball.
If he scores there, you'd be like, oh, that was a great play call.
You would.
It's a great play call if he scores, you know.
Yeah, but revisionist history, you like, bro, just run the ball. You got Jaquez Hunter, and they were using so many different running combinations. They were running with Cobb. They were running with Simmons. You know what I'm saying? They were running with Jaquez Hunter. You know, so many different ways. It's like you're in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Keep it going. Don't just abandon what you just did. That's the most confusing thing, Nick. Hugh has never had an issue winning games with lesser talent. Yeah, that's a good point, man. That's a good point, man. We just don't have a QB. That's it. Thorne doesn't have the killer instinct. We put all our eggs in Thorne's basket. That's right, King Buck. That's what I believe.
Shout out to King Buck, man.
What's up, King Buck? Yeah. Is King Buck new? King Buck new?
King Buck in the building. Shout out to King Buck.
King Buck is coming to us via the Water Cooler Talk podcast.
Shout out to King Buck. Shout out to King Buck.
And I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna do these picks and get out of here. Let me ask you this: if you could change out and just say if you could change Can Lee out and have the best corner in the SEC and Can Lee on spot, just follow what I'm saying. If you could just swap out Can Lee for whoever has the best corner in the SEC, and he played in Can Lee's spot right now, how many games would you say Auburn would? What would our record be? With everything that has happened, throwing 4 picks and everything that has happened, with us having
here's the thing. Here's
what would you think our record would be?
It depends on how you play that person, because I think if you play that person, because if the best corner in the SEC, all right. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's because I can't really say who that person is right now. Mm-hmm. But let's just say the best corner in the SEC can lock down a whole side of the field. Mm-hmm. All right, lock down one person who's supposed to be the star receiver on the opposite side of the team. How many times does that receiver, the best receiver on that team, gets targets because that guy's on him? Mm-hmm. So let's look at this. So if that receiver is responsible, let's just say that receiver is responsible for 45% of that team's offensive efficiency. All right. If he locks him down the whole game, 40, now that offense is hampered to only 65%. Mm-hmm. And so now you got to go back and look and see what other guys on the other side of the field, what other receivers that other quarterback has, or that other offense has, that can produce just as much as he could, because you have this lockdown superstar cornerback on your best guy. Mm-hmm. So it really depends. So could he affect the game like that? Because you've had guys that have affected the game like that. Deion Sanders did it when he was playing. Mm-hmm. You know, Patrick Surtain did it when he was playing. Man, I'm drawing a blank. The dude from a long time ago. Dude from Tennessee. Dude from Tennessee.
You talking about the safety?
Yeah, the safety. Yeah. That guy.
Eric
Berry.
Eric Berry.
Yeah. Eric Berry. He did it when he was playing. Darrell Reeves. You brought Darrell Reeves. These guys can impact the game because they can literally limit or literally just shut down a percentage of your offense based off of what your offense do. So, I mean, if that's the case with the way that Auburn's run defense is, I think the defense keeps you in the game. But still, the offense is still gonna have to score the ball.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's right. So
it's. I mean, like, it helps.
Like Deion was not able to change Atlanta. It helps, but overarching, it's not enough to guarantee a win. Now watch this, and this is the point I said before. Watch this. Now, if Miami quarterback was on this team, how many wins would we have? If we would have got Miami quarterback out of the portal, how many wins would we have right now?
I think we beat Oklahoma. I think we beat Arkansas. Based on if we playing with the same game plan that they was going with.
Yeah, same everything, and we just put Miami quarterback on our team.
I think
how many wins
I think we had at least 5 wins.
Okay, now see what that tells you. What that tells you, man, is it's not. We have all these problems now, and I'm saying everybody's responsible from Hugh Freeze down. So don't get the messaging wrong. It starts at Hugh Freeze and his issue for his decisions. But what it shows you with Auburn football is that, bro, it's just the quarterback position. The quarterback position could overcome even a lot of the deficiency we have. But you see what I'm saying? That's
no.
If we had a good
yeah.
quarterback, yeah, we would still have these deficiencies, but we probably would still be winning games. You see what I'm saying? It's just like a bad quarterback along with these deficiencies is not going to work. But it tells you the program is not far off, man. It's just, and it's not on. I'm not trying to dunk on Peyton Thorne. I'm just saying the quarterback position, period. And that's Hugh Freeze's fault. But the quarterback position, period, dude, is the overarching thing that's killing this team. We could still be winning with the deficiencies, is what I'm saying. But go ahead.
I agree. I agree where you're coming from, but here would be my rebuttal to that. At that particular time, if Cam Ward was an Auburn Tiger, if Cam Ward was an Auburn Tiger right now, right? I think we win the Arkansas game. I think we win the Oklahoma game. That's 2 wins right there. So that's 4. Cal, I think Cal's defense is a lot better than what people thought. I'm just gonna put it out there.
We threw 4 picks in that game.
Yeah,
and only lost by 7
but Cam Ward had to come back and beat Cal as well.
Okay, and he did that on the road.
He had to come back and beat him
on the road.
So you're right. You got a point. I'm not diminishing that, but he had to come back and beat Cal.
But he came back and beat him.
Well,
go ahead.
By a point. By a point. It was a field goal. I think it was a field goal that won that game for. But here's the thing. Then you would look at it as like, if that were the case, then you look at it as like the situational football that I blame Hugh Freeze on. Like, would that have been a problem with Cam Ward?
Maybe
in that situation.
Yeah, maybe.
Now you looking at it like, okay, we know what the problem is. Like even with the playbook expanded, because I believe the playbook would not be as constrained as it is now if Cam Ward was quarterback.
Right.
Even with the playbook expanded, now you looking at it as like, why would you call that particular play at this particular time in the game? Like that's game changing right there. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. But what I'm saying is I don't think the situational football is killing us more so than a lot of the turnovers and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I would have to combat that just a little bit, because if you look at the Oklahoma game, you look at the Oklahoma game with them constraining the playbook and taking and basically monitoring what Peyton Thorne could do. Auburn was in that game to win.
Sure.
It was in that game to win. That was just, why would you call that play at that time in the game, knowing what our quarterback is prone to do? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And even in the Arkansas game, I mean, that's 2 quarterbacks there as well. But even if you look in the Georgia game, you going into the fourth quarter, it's a 21-10 game, if I'm not mistaken, in the fourth quarter. If Cam Ward, if you in that situation on 4th and 1, does Cam Ward give the ball? Does Cam Ward do the exact same thing?
Cam Ward probably gives the ball. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Cam Ward. That's what I'm saying. Even in the situational calling with the play in Oklahoma, and I'm finna catch up the comments because they saying some interesting stuff. I don't think Cam Ward throws that pick 6. I think Cam Ward does what Hugh Freeze told him to do. And this is what Bubba says. And to prove, and it's just, Bubba, we linked up today, man. He says, Nick, no other starter QBs have had an issue executing this offense. You see what I'm saying? So that therein lies the problem. Sometimes you may have the IQ, but when the lights come on, you struggle. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Nick, I'd agree with you if the offense hadn't changed. Bug there is so much different in this scheme than there was when Hugh Freeze was at Ole Miss. The playbook is very different. Okay. Catch us up, Nick. I am parched, bro.
Teresa, am I the only one who watched this man at Ole Miss win on fluke luck? Hugh Freeze sucks as a coach. He can recruit. That is, we know how you feel. Javale, the king of the comments. Bubba said, my issue wasn't the play. It was the second play. It was 2 play after that. Second play after that, after the throw to Lewis was an RPO. Okay. All right. We just have one more win, Oklahoma. That's it. So basically, you saying right now, if Cam Ward was,
I think he's talking about with the DB.
Oh, with the DB. Okay.
Or are you talking about with Cam Ward? So clarify that, Bubba.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about the DB on that one. One more win.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Kentucky 21, Auburn 13.
13.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He said
at least 5. Okay.
So
Cam Ward. Okay.
So that tells you, bro, it's the quarterback. Go ahead, Nick.
It's not even Payton Thorne's play. It's the fact that Payton Thorne shrinks the game plan to a degree that it hampers the entire team.
Mm-hmm.
I see where you're coming from for that, but when I be watching the game sometimes, it's like he be thinking the game out and like people don't be on the same page with him. Because like he be seeing stuff and he be like, man, why didn't you go this way? Because if you see this, just go to the open area of the field. Like a lot of them passes downfield that, you know, that were thrown outside and the receiver was going towards the middle of the field where the safety was. He's looking at it like, yo, what are you doing? Go outside. I'm throwing the ball. I'm throwing you to the place where you should be open at, you know, and stuff like that. So, I mean, tomato, I guess. The deficit between the statistics versus the product on the field is so baffling and confusing. Yeah, that is true. Bubba speaking facts. Yes, he is. Asia, numbers do lie sometimes. That is very true. They used to have a show on ESPN called Numbers Never Lie, and I hated that show because I was like, yes, they do. That's the lie right there. That's the biggest. That's a lie. You're absolutely correct in that regard. That's why I hate math. Yeah,
that's what he hates giving us the reason to hate math.
Yeah, I'm saying. Cam Wood would make the problems go away. He just had the deficiencies.
Exactly. That's my point. That's
just point. Like Cam did. Just like Cam did in 2010.
Cam Newton did. You see that's what I'm pointing. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we had just a high level operating quarterback, then I think we'll win some games. Cam didn't play defense. Cal was out scoring Miami defense.
That's what I see. That's what I'm telling you, man. Cal defense. Cal offense was scoring on them dudes.
So
Cam was our quarterback. We would have one loss.
Okay.
Yeah, Cam was our QB. We have one loss. Okay. All right.
And I think everybody kind of land on the same spot. What we're thinking. So let's Nick, let's do some picks for this game. Yeah. Everybody, I'm doing Missouri, but picks. I'm sorry. Brought it the wrong one. But picks for this game, Nick. Auburn. Kentucky.
Yeah, man. I have no faith in this Auburn team right now, man. I don't, man. I thought they would come out after a bye week and get a win. But here's where I'm at on this. Ed said it best. If Auburn can't score 21 points, we lose the game. And I think we get close again this week, but we don't hit it. So I'm going Kentucky 24. I'm going Auburn 16.
Okay. All right, Terrell said numbers don't lie. They need context. They just don't tell the whole truth, this whole story. Okay.
Well, that's a lie then. That's a lie. That's
what you say, tomato. It's a different way of saying it. It's a different way of saying it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with this. Anybody want to put in your picks? You can put in picks right quick and let me know. But I'm finna shock you, Nick. I think Auburn wins the game, man.
Hey. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna go Auburn 24-17. I know I said I was gonna pick Auburn. I'm gonna try it one more week. I think we're at this point with Auburn, dude. Rent due, Nick. Rent due, and we gotta go. Nick, rent is due for us. And you know what that means? We doing it.
It won't happen this week.
Me and you outside on the corner at the mall playing guitars, bro. With the, you know what I'm saying? We trying to make this money.
With the case,
you know what I'm saying? Rent is due. You know what I'm saying? Rent due Sunday, bro. And I think Auburn going to pay the rent Sunday.
Nah,
Auburn going to pay the rent Sunday.
They won't.
Okay. Okay.
But I'll tell you this. I wouldn't be surprised.
17, UK 21.
I wouldn't be surprised if Auburn does win this game, though. I'll be completely honest with you.
You think what now?
I said I wouldn't be surprised if Auburn does win this game.
Okay. Bubba says I didn't lie, just kind of did, but not really though.
That's funny.
Oh my
That's
God.
funny.
So yeah, man. Slay says AU 17, UK 21. I'm going opposite everybody this week, man. I'm going Auburn 24, UK 17. Auburn with the stunner. Nick, where can they find you, man? Talk to me.
Cool Talk Podcast, man. We here every Wednesday, live shows, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Here in these YouTube streets. Go subscribe, like, share my content, man. Hit the notification bell so you know when we post. As well, follow us on the if you like listen to the audio version, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Hit the plus sign, like, follow the show, rate, review the show, man. Comment, let us know how you feel. We appreciate you so much, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us. The coolest podcast in your ear. What a cool talk. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm DC Wolf at Auburn_Addicts on all platforms, man. Y'all come and see us right after the game. We talking Auburn football with the Tiger event, and then we're back here at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. For Have You Heard? And then I'm on with the Alabama, man. I can't wait to get on this show, bro. Ooh, even though we lost.
Tight sports, man.
Iron Bowl debate on Wednesdays at 6. We on with an Alabama guy.
Yeah,
Tune in. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Woo.
Y'all need to go watch the game with Tight over on his live when you watch the game. It is funny. It's
man.
Fun.
When I'm watching, I turn Tight on, and it's just like he watching the game with me, and he just
exactly.
Run the ball.
Exactly. I don't like this. Let me look at the time of possession. I don't like this. Why are they running? Why are they not running with the running backs? They can throw to the running backs. Why can't they run with? It's so funny, man. Y'all just got go watch Tight, man. Go watch Tight, man. It's so funny.
At Tight Sports, man. It's hilarious, man. So, we'll see y'all, man. We'll see y'all, War Eagle. Hopefully, we pull out this win against Kentucky next week.